Sometimes your gardening is going to be the sloppy meat. So, hi everybody. This is Ernie Hatmaker, and I was tagged in a thank you, Jasper, in a post by Simply Jan Homestead, and I think she was tagged by somebody else. I'll leave both the descriptions down below, but I honestly don't remember who it was right now because this was all spur of the moment. And so it's called Grow Where You're Planted, and it basically is, hey, you can grow anywhere, which is true. When we're not in Arkansas, we're in Tennessee, and in Tennessee we don't have a big garden or anything like that. But what we do have, we make use of. We have a porch, we have a bathroom, we have windows in the house, and we have grow lights. And you don't need fancy raised beds, although they're nice. You don't need huge fancy self-watering pots, although they're nice. Use what you have. Solo cups, old mayo tubs, coffee cans. Yeah, that's funny, huh, Jasper? Use what you have. I'll show you what I mean. Now, last year, or last season, I guess it wasn't a full 12 months, but it was last growing season, I had a lot of things outside in various different containers. Some were car wash buckets, 5-gallon buckets, some, the coffee canisters, and then there were a few that were, just in whatever I could, put something in that would hold. And there were a few pots. So you don't have to have a direct sow or plot garden. You can grow food, real food, in pots. So you guys remember my garden from last season, and I grew different things in different containers, and not all of them were plant pots. They weren't designed for plants. Some I had to poke holes in the bottom with a drill or a screwdriver, and there were one or two that I missed, and you saw when they got waterlogged, I remembered, and Ed from Ed's Attention to Detail, formerly known as Ed's Model Madness, yeah, he got the drill and he took care of that for me, because he did a lot of the watering and stuff like that for the garden, even though he has a very, very, very hefty brown thumb. He did manage to do that for me, and I appreciate that. So you can garden anywhere if you have a light source and not even that much space. I mean, the plants I have, they're taking up, space in places that, were empty anyway, or were easily, rearranged to make room for them. Jasper's trying to get my attention over there. He's going to start screaming again. So anyway, yeah, you can grow anywhere. So growing where you're planted shouldn't really be that hard. Basically what you need is, something to grow, whether it's seed or plant starts. Some of your plants could be free, and I know there's lots of YouTube videos out there. A lot of you guys that I watch already, channels that have shown how to get free plants, or through seed swaps, or giveaways. Enter those seed giveaways, enter those plant giveaways, and get yourself, started on something. There's a bunch of them out there. All you got to do is type it in. So my encouragement to you is, yeah, grow where you're planted, and if you want to get in on this tag, I'm not going to tag anybody. Sorry, guys. I just don't like putting people on the spot. So go ahead and jump in if you want to. Just make sure that you include the original tag and the originator, who I will put in the description because I have no idea where it came from. I know that I was tagged by Simply Jan Homestead. So kudos to you guys who are growing. Kudos to you who are starting. Kudos to you thinking about it. I hope this does encourage you to grow something. Grow anything. Anything. Even just one plant. That'll help. This is Ernie Hatmaker and Jasper saying goodbye. You guys remember my ant video, right?
What am I gonna do? 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 The sky is falling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling.
It was actually called Mower Salsa at one time, I think. It's probably still called that. Sometimes I change up my titles just because, you know, I like to make myself smile. But yeah, that's not the point. The point is during that time frame, I had a lot growing in my container gardens, and I had a bunch of stuff. And the ants from there actually found some of my plants to live in. And from those ants, some of my garden suffered a little bit. Maybe we should have done a better job at, you know, getting rid of the ants that were on that lawnmower instead of, you know, just me playing with them and recording them. What the ants did was bring, no, Jasper, not that. They brought aphids onto some of my beans that were growing up the trellis that we created on the porch. So I considered that a garden fail, at least for the trellis, not the entire container garden. But just saying that some things that we try may not work for us for whatever our situation is. I mean, I gave it a try and it was a good try, but it didn't work. My point is not everything that we try is gonna work, but if you're trying, something will work. Keep trying. Don't give up on a fail. If you feel like, you know, there's something better out there that you're working toward, and you're just kind of waiting or whatever for your homestead or for your farm or for that bigger house with a yard, get that practice in. Get those experiments in. You know, practice with different substrate or different types of composting or whatever, you know, it is that you think is going to help you. Those little steps you're making, the little things that you're growing, whatever it is that you feel like is that next step. Using this time that you have while you're waiting, this time is going to help you when it comes to the next time, to the time of fulfillment. Do those experiments, if that's what you call your new systems that you're working out, and see what works for you. Sometimes, you know, what works, you know, for the other people that live right next door to you won't work for you. If you guys don't have New Orleans Gardener, she made a really good point about not being concerned with things not looking like the package, the vegetables or fruit or whatever not turning out like the picture on the package. It's sort of like when you go to a fast food restaurant and you see the menu picture of this nice stacked burger or whatever, and what you get is this little flat thing with the ketchup in the wrapper and the meat hanging off one side. Sometimes your gardening is going to be the sloppy meat. Good Lord. I can't believe I just said sloppy meat. But yeah, sometimes your gardening is going to look like that. And that's okay. You're still growing and you're still learning. And we're always learning. The day you stop learning is the day you perish. You understand what I'm saying? Grow something, anything, and grow where you're planted. If I can leave one thing with you, that's what it is.